Hey everyone. The past several months I've been refraining from posting anything on social media unless it's kind of music related. But the past few days I've really felt a calling to make a video about the horrific things that have happened in this past week. I want to start with saying I didn't see eye to eye with everything Charlie Kirk stood for or believed in or how he communicated some of the truths that he sought after. But I do want to say that one thing I agreed with him, or that I admired about him, was how he pursued the Lord and how fearlessly he spoke the gospel. I think a better word would be how he joyfully preached the gospel, because he lived every moment to its fullest in hopes that others would find God as well. And I think he's going to go down easily as one of the heroes of the faith of my generation. Heaven gained a good one this week. And of course, in my opinion, in many's it was too soon. But God's timing is always right. And that's sometimes really hard. I've been deeply saddened by the events of this week. And in that, I've been thinking, what am I called to do here? And I thought of two things to challenge us with these events, particularly the Charlie Kirk event. And I thought of two specific things. And I think the first one's going to be harder, so I'm going to start with that one. I challenge both myself and each of you listening to this video to forgive the individual who did this. And I say this not as a self-righteous person or someone just being like, oh, that's what this says to do. I say that really, to be honest, because I think Charlie Kirk would ask us to. The way he lived his life according to God's will, I think he would ask us to forgive this individual. And I'm not here to say that that's an easy thing to do. That is a ridiculously hard thing to do. I think he would ask us to come alongside this individual, to pray for this individual, and to guide them to Christ. I will be praying for forgiveness for this individual because they are a human being too. And I hope that we don't lose that image of humanity in this person. Secondly, I challenge each of us, including myself, to live like Charlie Kirk did, to make the most of each day. Because he's one of those individuals that I look at and I see that in everything that he did. He lived to the fullest. He wanted the gospel to be known, first off, and he wanted to live a good life. And he sought after both of those so well. Life's too short to wait for tomorrow. With that, it makes me think of James 4, which I want to read now, about how short life is, especially in God's eyes. So, verse 13, now listen, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go to this city or that city, spend a year there, carry on business and make money, while you do not even know what will happen tomorrow. What is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. If anything of this week, of all the horrific events of this week, proves, is that life is much shorter than we think it is. And so I challenge each of us to make the most of it. To wake up each day and say, how can I further the gospel and Christ's kingdom in the communities I have and the communities of this world in general. And so I challenge you with those two things today. I'm challenging myself to do them too, so you are not alone. Will you pray with me? Dear Father, it's been a tough week. I know that you didn't create evil, but sometimes our sin just overtakes everything. I know that you will comfort the hurts and the pains of those in mourning. I pray that we all grieve this, and that we grieve our sin, and that we choose to make a difference starting right now. And that can be as simple as a prayer of forgiveness for the individuals this week who have committed horrific acts. You are sovereign, Lord. You have a plan for all of this. And whether or not in our lifetime we get to see why exactly these things have happened, I pray, Lord, that we are comforted in knowing that you are our salvation at the end of the day, that we can live fearlessly like Charlie Kirk did. You are so good. It's in your Son's name I pray. Amen. Love you guys.